Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your March 2020 general readings. We're looking at the first half of March from the 1st through the 15th. Welcome everyone. First timers, newcomers, welcome back, followers and subscribers. Thanks for being here today, and thanks for everything that you do in support of this channel, even if it's just tuning in and subscribing. So this reading is for the air sign of Gemini, our lovely twins, for the first half of March. That's Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising, if your Venus is in Gemini, or if you are cross-watching for a Gemini as well. Always watch all of your sign videos if you know them and if you can. General readings always resonate a little differently, and watching all of your other signs can be helpful. It can provide more information, more clarification, or sometimes resonate more predictably for you in different areas of your life. So if this reading does resonate for you, or any of the videos do, and you'd like to reach out to me for a personal one-on-one reading to take a deeper look at something, you can click on the description link below, click on that little arrow, which will pull down some more information, contact details. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be happy to work with you. I do offer a wide variety of readings in all the main areas of life. And I do readings full-time, so I'm pretty diligent at working with your schedule in mind to get readings out to you or scheduled with you in as timely a fashion as possible. So email me if you're interested, and we'll go from there. Okay, Gemini. Let's see what March has in store for our twins. Hopefully this will be the last generals that I do on this old computer. I just ordered my new computer, which will have better audio and graphics, so I can stop using. I don't like to use external headsets and microphones, but sometimes you have to. So my new one I think will be much better. Okay. Gemini, first half of March. Okay, Gemini, we begin with the World, followed by the Two of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the Five of Cups. From the bottom of the deck, your overall energy is the Five of Wands. Two fives. So some grief, perhaps some conflict, opportunities for change and growth, as conflicts always are. So your overall energy is the Five of Wands. Inner conflict, external conflict, perhaps conflict with another person or other people. It can be somewhat petty in nature, meaning it could be, you know, gossip, rumor mongering, fighting over something which ultimately isn't important, but because everybody here wants to win. They're not out to kill each other, but they're out to win, so nobody ever does. It's kind of circular fighting. Nobody wins, nobody loses, but there's no clear, you know, path to success either, because nobody's willing to compromise or back down or step back or anything of that sort. And it can represent circular arguments, fighting over the same thing, or kind of going around and around about something, or a lot of competitive energy, which sometimes can be good if it's like sports or something that where the competing actually makes you better. But often it's just about conflict, internal, external conflict. It looks like there's a relationship pretty central to this, or a partnership of some kind. We have the World clarified by the Two of Cups. So the World is a card of completion, achievement. It's the last major arcana card in the tarot. I think one of your sister signs had this too, Aquarius. The first major arcana card in the tarot is the Fool. And the tarot is about the Fool's journey, our journey through life. Learning, changing, growing, evolving, falling down, getting up, until we get to the end of a chapter or a set of chapters, or a really significant portion of our life, where you've reached the top of the mountain, you've learned, you've grown, there isn't anything more to accomplish here, and you're preparing for the next stage. You're looking forward to the next stage. It's a pretty final completion. Whatever it is that you've been putting effort into, or the path that you have been on, you've reached the ceiling. It's not, you can choose to stay in it. You always can. Free will, free agency. But there's a sense of completion. You're not going to get anything more out of this. Now, what clarifies that is the Two of Cups. One of the traditional soulmate cards doesn't necessarily imply romantic soulmates. It can represent best friends, kindred spirits, sisterhood, brotherhood, a really great soul connection, karmic connection, whether it's romantic or not. It can represent really good, close friends or best friends, kindred spirits that perhaps are transitioning into something more romantic, which sometimes happens. This could be that for you as well. It could be that you're in a relationship, a really great friendship with someone, or you have been for a while, and it's moving into a new level, which is causing perhaps some conflict. It might be that for some of you. It could be a partnership of another sort. It could be a work partnership, but those don't usually, unless it's with a really great friend or best friend, they don't usually show up as Two of Cups. This could be a romantic soulmate karmic kind of connection too. Perhaps you may be, arguing with someone, but it's an argument that you've had before, or a discussion, a debate that you've had before over and over and over again. Perhaps some of you, it's causing you to look at this relationship and examine whether or not it's gone as far as it's going to go, and how do you feel about that? If you're looking for something more, because it looks like you're either waiting for an offer or waiting for someone to accept your offer, and it's just taking too long, and maybe you're feeling like it's not going to happen. Maybe it's an offer of more stability, moving in together, getting engaged, getting married, buying a home together, or something of that sort. It's just too slow, or perhaps you're feeling like it's not going to happen, and so you're asking yourself, or maybe taking a look at the possibility that this relationship isn't going to progress any further, which puts you in a position to have to make decisions. Can I live with it the way that it is? Do I need to have more? And therein lies the conflict, both internal and external. Because next we have the Knight of Pentacles with the Five of Cups. So the Knight of Pentacles, Knights are known for bringing offers or opportunities for change. They're action-oriented. And even the Knight of Pentacles, it doesn't represent that it's not moving, but he's a very slow, cautious mover. So this is someone who's bringing, or might be bringing, offering opportunity for change, but one that holds a promise of a lot more stability and abundance, particularly in, the physical structure of your life, which is what Pentacles can represent because it's earth energy. But he's a slow and cautious mover. And it's sitting right next to the World. So again, this offer of stability that you've been either waiting for or asking for or offering, it feels like you're looking at a situation, a relationship, a partnership, and asking yourself, has this gone as far as it's going to go? I want something more, but am I realistically going to get it? And if not, can I accept it being that way, or do I need to move on? Because there's a sense of kind of loss and grief here. What clarifies the Knight of Pentacles is the Five of Cups, which is sitting right next to this Two of Cups. There's a card. I mean, I feel like some of you are either still in the relationship or still very much emotionally connected, because there are still two cups upright and full, but there's three that's tipped over and spilled out, representing some kind of loss. Something was lost, or it could be, a dream or a hope you had of this offer that maybe you've been very patient with, perhaps just isn't going to happen. And again, therein lies the conflict. Now, for some of you, this might be, more concrete rather and less. I mean, this could be feeling really disappointed about how slow or seemingly non-existent further stability or growth is. And that could be in the relationship itself. It could be, you know, maybe wanting to buy that first home together. I mean, there's a partnership central here, but it might not be about the relationship itself. It could be about some other aspect of the physical structure or stability in your life, you know, like saving up for a new home, like we'll never be able to afford it, or being able to move into a place of more stability within the relationship, whether it's about the relationship or about what surrounds the relationship, and feeling a sense of, you know, loss, that while you still have this connection, there's still a connection there. The hope and the dream and the offer of further stability, it feels like you're kind of at a place, Gemini, where you're asking yourself, and maybe opening yourself up to the possibility that it's just not going to happen. And so then where do you go from there? Let's take a look at this Five of Wands, this conflict, or perhaps what this Knight of Pentacles represents too. What is this conflict about? Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. So this is long-term stability and safety, and, you know, that has roots, sometimes called the inheritance card. This is, you know, can represent long-term marriages, long-term relationships, long-term jobs. It's about feeling safe and abundant and secure because of all the work and effort that's gone into building it up that way. A card of abundance, but that feels like it's, you know, has long roots. This is, you know, if it's financial, this would be having money in the bank, not just living paycheck to paycheck, having that secure feeling of knowing that you've worked really hard to build up that safety net. So it's about long-term growth and stability that really has roots, that's long lasting. So yeah, again, whatever this conflict is, whether it's about the relationship itself and the growth of the relationship, or the physical structure that the relationship lives in or that you want it to, there's a sense of disappointment, of feeling like what you were hoping for or dreaming for or offering is not available and might not be available. So again, where does that leave you? Which again is this Five of Wands kind of conflict. So let's take a look at, let's pull a couple of advice and guidance card on what the best way for Gemini to navigate through this energy is. And for those of you who want to know, I often forget to say this, but I'm using the Gilded Tarot by artist Ciro Marchetti. Advice, guidance, the Four of Swords, and right behind it is the Six of Swords. So this is a card about taking a step back, a temporary step back, to kind of rest, recuperate, consider, get a different perspective. You know, give yourself enough time and distance and space, however that can work for you, so that you're not completely clouded by emotion. This is about taking a step back from whatever the source of the conflict or stress is, and to rest, recuperate, perhaps get a different perspective, perhaps seek out some guidance, feedback, advice from, you know, someone whose opinion you value and trust. Six of Swords, similar energy. It's about moving away from, again, conflict, troubled waters, into a place that's more stable and secure, peaceful, harmonious, where your thoughts can be a little more clear. It's a transitional card, meaning the choppy waters are behind you, but you're not quite, you know, to the other shore, non-solid ground, but you're moving towards that. There's a sense of kind of retreat, maybe getting some time away. And right behind that is the Nine of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card. You know, what you really want. I think perhaps some of you may need to take a step back, even get away for a little while if you can, in some quiet, some solitude, to ask yourself, what is your wish fulfillment? What do you really want out of this situation or relationship? What is it that you need to feel the sense of joy and abundance and fulfillment, and your cups overflowing? Is it possible to get that in this situation? And if not, are you willing to live with it the way that it is and still find some peace and acceptance and happiness? If not, then of course you need to take a look at what taking another path would look like and how that would happen. So it looks like a bit of a challenging time. we're only looking at a short period of time here too, and fundamentally it's about kind of taking a step back from whatever the source of this conflict is and this grief, and asking yourself what you really want, what you really need, what you can live with and what you can't live without in terms of this relationship or situation or circumstances. And kind of more will be revealed always. So Gemini, that is your reading for the first half of March. I hope that you found it helpful. Again, if this reading resonated for you, if any of them do, and you'd like to reach out for a personal one-on-one reading, take a deeper look at something, just click on the description link below, click on that arrow, you'll see some more info, contact details. You can email me directly at maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I can usually respond to initial inquiries with more info, either within the same day or the first 24 hours. So I look forward to hearing from those of you who are interested. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the March 2020 mid-month general readings. Until then, as always, I wish you much joy, love, peace, strength, and wisdom. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.